Okay, so
Yeah.
I have to go to school since I'm doing band in school, which is music
Hmm.
class. I'm since I'm in high school, I have to do something called marching band, which is
Hmm.
like a performance for the band. In fact,
Hmm.
I'm gonna do a presentation about it today.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk more about the details of it. So
Hmm.
basically, I have to go to camp and because you march the performance basically using the instruments and your movement. And I
Okay.
just came back yesterday and it was like a week long, so like that's why I wasn't here last week.
All right. Okay. Fine. All right. So, Ananya, is the presentation ready for today?
Yes, I've prepared it, sir.
Okay, Ananya. So, Pratulya and Anantika are yet to make their visits. Well, let's not wait for them. Have been waiting long. They haven't come. So, Anantika said she will be a little late, and Pratulya hasn't entered. So, let us not wait. We'll start, and once they come, they can have their presentation. Today, we will have the presentations alone. Because Mitra has taken leave, and so all the four of you will make presentation, and then we will finish today. So you can start.
Okay, sir. Hold on.
Yeah.
It says you disabled participant screen sharing.
Now you can do it now. I have enabled.
Just a moment, sir.
Yeah, take it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try switching on my video for this, but I'm not sure if it'll work because today my Wi-Fi is not that great.
Okay. Right.
Okay, wait.
Yeah. I'm able to see your screen. How to forget an unpleasant experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just trying to turn on my video right now.
Right.
Uh,
It's okay, and yes, looks like the video is not working. So we'll go with the oral presentation with the presentation slide on.
Sorry, sir. I tried to switch on my video, but it kicked me out of the meeting.
It's okay.
Okay.
You can just turn the screen share. Yeah, okay. The screen is visible.
Okay.
All right, okay.
Okay. Okay. So, hello, my name is Ananya Srivatsan, and today I will be presenting upon the topic of how to forget an unwanted memory or an unpleasant experience. I made this oral and visual presentation with the aid and reference of the Sir's playlist video that he sent to me, and therefore this will cover the topics mentioned in that video. I hope you enjoy this presentation. So there is always something in life, some experience, maybe it's some memory that continues haunting you that perhaps you wish had never happened in the first place. Um, Everybody goes through something like this, and everybody, including you, probably do still have an embarrassing moment, such as a troubling incident, a social interaction that you feel will stick with you for the rest of your life. Perhaps it's, as I said, some social interaction that left you wondering if you actually did well, that maybe you seemed boring, or maybe the other person just didn't like talking to you whatsoever. Maybe you think thoughts such as that when it comes to that thought. And you begin thinking of the finer details and the background, the movements, everything you did, over analyzing, and letting your in the moment self be whisked away by what happened in the past. So, if everybody goes through this, then this isn't such an important phenomena of life, is it? Well, not really. But when this memory of the past begins coming up all around you, and like it begins affecting your social life or your workplace life or your workplace habits, and it completely shuts off your capability and potential, then it becomes somewhat of a problem. So, how can we fix this? Well, in today's presentation, I will be exploring a couple of specific techniques that can be used to forget some memory that like continues to follow you to this day. So, let's get on with it. So there are a couple of factors that we need to take into consideration when discussing the topic. So here are 4 techniques that I will be describing in this presentation. As you can see, to the left of the screen are listed 1. Release rituals, 2. Tug of war with unpleasant factors, 3. Synaptic pruning, and 4. Neural association with an anchor. The first is release rituals. Now, the first necessary condition to really help this technique work is to like thoroughly like trust the process. Don't like believe that it's like childish or such. So, yeah, you need to believe that it will work, that it's not like childish, that it won't work for you or something like that. Okay. Oh, sorry. Mm, oh, hold on. Okay. So moving along, the concept of release rituals, this includes the imagining or like dreaming that an embarrassing moment or incident has been written upon a sheet of paper, and then thinking about like setting fire to that sheet of paper or like tearing it into pieces. The process of imagining that sheet of paper, um, like that describes a certain haunting experience, a certain person burning in flames. That's called release ritual. Um, you are tricking your mind into sort of forgetting or getting rid of that discomforting moment that's lodged in your brain. And this is called mind deception. You are fooling your brain and tricking it, and very soon, very quickly, you'll come to realize that that experience does not really trouble you any further because it like persuades the mind that it's not important, like it's burning away, it's not necessary anymore. um, it has been pushed into the back of your mind. So this release ritual is a great way for you to imagine yourself getting rid of those factors that are holding you back. So The second factor is entitled tug of war with unpleasant factors. Now, you feel very happy doing an extracurricular activity. Maybe it's a hobby, an interest, anything. It could be anything. Yeah, you feel very confident, right? This confidence easily pushes down the negative experience you might have had while doing that activity. And therefore, to summarize, the brain is giving more priority to the happy thoughts or the pleasuring activities and giving less attention to the negative ones. This factor works because doing so will encourage the intensity of the bad experience to lower drastically. Thus, you are able to, as I said in the first factor, you are able to push it to the back of your mind. So, say for example, you are going swimming, okay? Something you might like to do very often, something you're very good at. It brings you a lot of joy to swim and go to the pool and such. Well, then what your brain begins to value your swimming over an experience you're trying to remember or like you're trying to forget while swimming. So you'll feel positive, you'll feel accomplished, and most of all, you'll begin to relieve that stress of having that moment just haunting you. Anyway, what if you had some sort of experience before that sort of discouraged you? Maybe a person that impacted you negatively or someone who you happen to be obsessing over while going swimming, for this example, can take your mind off of that. And yeah, it takes your mind off that and to do a more fulfilling focus. So, in that way, this second technique helps a lot. The third one is named synaptic pruning. The idea revolved around psychology. Oh. Now, here's the thing. When you think of one memory over and over and over and over again, it becomes a synapse in your brain, and it becomes lodged in there, difficult to get rid of now that you have it stuck in your brain. Now, to get this experience unlodged inside of the mind, you need to stop thinking about it. I don't mean like, not like, oh, I don't want to ever hear of this again, or oh, I will never think about this like another time or something, or I will never think of this person again. Because ironically, you are very much thinking about it while saying these things to yourself. So you need to delete this experience. How so? How are you going to do it? Well, the best time to do so is right before rest or sleep, or yeah, before sleep. After relaxing your body, you should focus upon the thing that you want to focus on. Of course, you will want to think about that one intruding thought, although when it does come, don't embrace it or continue to go down that path of thinking. Instead, you should redirect your focus. Just halt that line of thinking. If you are then able to do this daily, you'll be in better control of your thoughts and you'll be able to avoid or forget or like deceive your mind into believing that that memory is unnecessary or not crucial to your focus point or line of thinking. Now, there exists additionally a fourth technique. This is called neural association with an anchor. Now, for this, I would recommend some fidget toy, some item. Maybe it's like a fidget toy, a fidget cube, fidget spinner. Really, it can be anything. Maybe it could be a piece of jewelry, such as a bracelet or a ring or necklace, or maybe a different object. Now, it may seem a bit childish, although this technique is extremely useful and may help the most. Now, when you are doing something that requires a lot of focus, such as studying or taking notes, and your mind begins to wander off topic about that specific experience, person, place, moment, interaction, just take this anchor item, whatever it may be, and while you are doing some sort of maybe motion with that object, such as rubbing a necklace or pressing buttons on a fidget cube, you should train your mind into getting back to the task at hand again. So, what you are trying to do is to have an anchor that can bring your focus back to your line of thinking or your main focus that you were doing before your mind had begun to wander. Maybe, for example, you are taking notes in math class, and these notes, they are important for some tests maybe, and your mind begins to wonder, perhaps about someone who has been troubling you recently, and you begin to question every interaction you have had with them, thinking about the finer details and everything. Now, how can you stop that? Well, take your anchor, your item, and begin rotating it, rubbing it, something, and repeat to yourself something along the lines of maybe, I will not let this person affect me, or this person does not matter. They are unnecessary. And you'll bring your focus back to your activities, such as, in this example, taking notes. Now, I think the most difficult part of this technique is actually, I think the most difficult part of these techniques is actually realizing that you are, in fact, letting your mind wander without even realizing it. So, to prevent that, you should be aware of your thoughts and what you are thinking. Now, with these few topics, you'll be able to forget about that certain incident or person, and you will be brought back into the present, into the moment of which you are living right now. Using these, you'll have the capability to focus better on your work, your studying, any task that you might have distractions with. And therefore, these techniques have a bit more use than just forgetting a haunting experience. So, that concludes my presentation about this topic, and I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. As mentioned before, I used Sir's video as reference as this is a video essay, so all credits for information go to Sir and that video. Thank you
Thank you.
for listening.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
are there
Thanks.
any questions?
Thank you. Your presentation acumen and the structure, the way that you present, and more importantly, the presentation slides were so good, Ananya. Really nice. Now, I have got 4 or 5 questions cropping up before I even ask Achyut if he has any questions. My first question, the very reason behind asking you to prepare such presentations by giving my videos, how do you think this particular subject is going to be useful being a 9th grader in school?
Well, as you know, I've just entered high school, and so it's a big change. So it's very different. There are a lot of like distractions, maybe it's a lot more work. So
Mm-hmm.
in that way, a couple of these techniques, especially the
Thank
one I just talked about,
you. Hmm.
uh, uh,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
yeah, both of them will help a lot, especially now that I am uh, a lot older now.
All right, okay. And about the synaptic pruning, which you have mentioned as the third concept in this particular presentation, and you have also, in other concept, you also mentioned about the usage of properties like a fidget spinning toy or something. What's the logic behind this? Why do you think the trainer has, in the video also the trainer uses the fidget spinner, real fidget spinner, and he shows a demonstration as to what to be done. What is the schema behind this? Why a property has to be used, and by repeatedly rattling that particular fidget spinner or anchoring uh, a physical object for that. Can you explain that science behind it?
Yes. Well, I think it's just because like it triggers the mind
Hmm.
into a certain state of your mind. So like for example, if like as I said, if you're like to uh sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take.
like
Take. Hmm.
mm,
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, when things get stuck, you take time, recollect, and then speak. Don't worry about it. Come on.
okay, sir. Yeah. Um yeah, as I said, like it's sort of I'm not sure how to explain it. Hold on.
Hmm.
Yeah, so this anchor, it's like well, you were talking about synaptic pruning or the anchor one?
Anchor, Ananya, anchor.
Oh,
Specifically, I'm asking about anchor.
yes. So, like when you're doing something such as studying or taking notes, and like I said, if your mind begins to wander, it helps to just take your anchor item because it sort of triggers your mind into a certain state,
Mm,
like that sort of convinces you to get back to your focus. And if you do this enough times, you'll like train your mind, you'll practice your mind into doing that automatically whenever you're doing some motion with that anchor object.
all right. Okay. Now, let me give you a hypothetical situation where, let's say, for example, let's roll back. I mean, let's roll forward few years in your life, and you're working as a professional in the chosen domain, and you are well educated. You are a learned individual, and you are a girl who is always sought after for some emotional solutions because you really do counseling well, or you really do the troubleshooting for people so much, and the three people are approaching you looking for some options. Since you are a trained person and all that, three people are approaching you. First person comes and says that you got to help me to forget some circumstances that happened in the past. Second person comes and says that I would like to recollect, and I would like to stay in that particular state, and you need to help me. The third person says I need to get out of a haunting memory. And the situation goes like this, and you can help only one person out of the three. Which person you would like to help using the technique that you presented, and why? Why do you choose that person? You understood the question?
Yes, I did understand the question. I'm just thinking.
Take your time, take your time.
Can you repeat the first person's problem?
The first person's problem is he wants, or he or she um, wants to forget some incident that has happened. And yeah, no problem, ma'am. Please, please. Right, ma'am. Thank you. And finishes soon, ma'am. After she presents, she will leave. So you can come at 7 o'clock, ma'am. Yeah, 7. Okay. Right. Thank you. Good evening, Patulia. Sit down, please. So the first person wants to forget an incident or forget a particular circumstance that had happened in the past. Second person says, I don't want to forget anything. I would like to remember a particular thing, and I would like to stay in that scenario. And the third person says, well, I would like to forget, mm, you know, what choice did I make? So you were asking about the first choice. I think I have clear things about the first choice.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So which person you would like to help and why?
I think I would like to help the third person since their, as you said, their experience is quote unquote a haunting experience. So, like, it's a bit more crucial to help them because they might face like after effects of that. And so a few of the techniques would probably not really help the second person if they're trying to remember something rather than forget it. And for the first person, they also have a similar experience to the third person, except you didn't mention that theirs were that like drastic or anything. So I'd probably value the third person.
Right, absolutely. Good job. So very nice presentation, Ananya. And it has been really enjoyable to watch your presentation slides because they were composed and they were to the point. Not too many things have been explained, and you kept it very simple and to the point. So
Thank you, sir.
yeah. So which video you would like to take next week when you are coming up?
I'll have to look through, but I was thinking about doing the video about where you explain the art of stoicism.
Oh, stoicism. Okay, okay, fine. And that's 2 parts. So make sure when you're watching, watch both the parts, right?
Okay, sir, I will.
All right. So Achyut, do you have any question to Ananya before we go to the next presentation? Now that Pratulya is here, Pratulya can make a presentation. But before that, Achyut, I'm just wondering if you have any question towards Ananya's presentation.
Yeah, like if you were to choose one of the 4 techniques you mentioned, like which one would you choose? And I know it's based on scenarios, but like which one would you use the most often?
Uh, Personally, I would probably use neural association with an anchor the most. I think that's the most useful for me. In fact, I've heard about it before, and I started doing that about like a year ago. Yeah, it's helped.
Right. That's a nice question. So now, moving on further, before we get on to Achyut's presentation, we will ask Pratulya. Achyut, is that fine? Pratulya will make the presentation now.
That's fine.
That's fine. So Pratulya, you have to do me two favor. Just watch your steps. Don't get hit on anything. Please switch this light on, and you can stand in front of the podium. I will turn the camera so that Achyut and Ananya can look into your presentation. No, the last one. Put it on? Yes, done. Please come. All right, so what is the topic? Pratulya is also given, just like Ananya was given a video, Pratulya was also given some video stream, and she has chosen the topic law of attraction, and she is going to make the presentation. So, podium, Pratulya? Yeah, okay. 1 second. Achyut and Ananya, are you able to see Pratulya?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. So now Pratulya is going to make the presentation about the observations of law of attraction that she watched in the video. Time starts now. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, Pratulya.
Now I'm going to present a topic about law of attraction. How to use law of attraction. What is law of attraction? First, I would like to tell what is law of attraction. Law of attraction is the philosophy suggesting that the positive thoughts give out positive outcome, and the negative thoughts give out negative outcome. And thoughts become the things. Thoughts are very important to us. If we keep a race between thoughts and feelings, the feelings will win. And now I'm going to tell about how to use law of attraction. How law of attraction works. The first one is we should feel good as much as we could. And if we are crying, we should leave it as we should cry for 5 to 6 minutes. If we are so depressed, means our feelings will be also negative, and we would send the feeling frequency to the we would send feeling frequency signals to the universe, and we are suggesting the universe to give more negative vibration and negative things to us, and we would be so depressed in that state. If we are feeling happy, we are sending the happiness. We will be the universe will be given a happy feeling and a happy vibration to us. So if we are so depressed, we should feel or cry for only 5 to 6 minutes, not for more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes, like that. Then the second one is we have to visualize that if we have a dream and we are so nervous about that dream, and if I have a passion that I should become a badminton player, and tomorrow is a district level match for me, so that I should visualize that I got a first prize in that match, and I should not visualize that it is happening. I should visualize that it has happened. Like that, if I visualize and I have a positive vibration in it, I will definitely win in that match. It is like we are giving a model for our subconscious mind, and we are cheating the mind that we won in that match, like that, and it will give us positive vibration, and it will give us confidence to us, and we will be definitely winning in that match. There is an example also for this. If like it's sad told in that video that there is a person in the hospital, and he's attacked with the coronavirus, and if a person comes, and they will ask, the relatives will ask that what happened, how it has happened, like that they will ask, and the coronavirus attacked person will say all the things, all the flashbacks to them, and he will be so disturbed. And at that night itself, he will be so depressed, and he will be feeling so awkward and feeling sad. So if we ask a person who has passed in that exam or in the interview, they will tell the flashback of the positive vibration and how they passed in that examination. So there will be a positive vibration around us. So the positive vibrations will come to us and that person itself. So the person will pass in more and more, and they will see more profit in it. And the third one is operate on the idea that is flashing to your mind. If definitely we will be in a day, there will be 10 or 20 ideas will be coming into our mind when we are speaking to somebody, or we are seeing a video, or we are playing something, and etc. It will the ideas will be striking to our mind, and we will not care about that ideas. But we should write those ideas in the journal, and we should take at least one idea. We should take, and we should think about that one idea in a day for 30 minutes. If we think about that and we implement it in our job or business or in our school life, definitely we will be getting a positive thing, a positive outcome, or positive result. Um, if we think, if the person is a businesswoman, she is thinking about the business, and that is a awesome idea for her in her or his mind, and he is writing so he or she is writing the idea in the journal, and he or she is implementing that idea in her business piece. He or she will be definitely getting a positive result or outcome. Then there is a particular time in the day. The time is 4 to 6 a.m. If we could not able to wake up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock like that, we can try our best. If we wake up at 5:30, it is also fine. And if we think at that time means the ideas will be coming, and there will be a more positive vibration in it, because at that time only the world will be so peace, because all the persons will be sleeping, and there will be more peace vibration around us. And the fourth one is consistency. We will be lacking consistency. If sir gave sir will give me sleeping therapy, but I won't do it properly, because I will be forgetting it, and I will be concentrating in my studies. Like that, there will be I will do for 5 or 2 days continuously, and then after that I will not be following that, because of so much stress, and because of over study works like that. So how to rise the consistency? By excluding the by thinking in your brain that how badly you want that result. We will have a goal. For that, we want to practice more and more, as well as we could. If we practice for that, we will be achieving that soon. So we should take baby steps for it. If I should get up for my badminton coaching or badminton practice or fitness at 5:30 means I will always wake up at 7 o'clock or 7:30 like that. I should practice to wake up at 6. Then 5:45 like that I want to wake up, and we should take baby steps. If we took long steps, we can't reach our goal as much we could in that baby steps. Then the mechanism for rising the consistency. The mechanism for rising the consistency is the idol's guide. First, for example, I would like to become a district level or state level badminton player in my life. So if I want to wake up for that, I want to do more fitness in badminton, because I should run over all the corners of the court. So I should wake up at early morning, and I should do more fitness for that. So I could not able to wake up at 5:30 or early morning for doing the fitness. For that, there is an idea. We want to see the person whom we like, and the person that person may be a great badminton player in my life. So I for on waking up.
One second. So, friends, we have only 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this particular meeting, and we will go for a new 40 minutes window. So I'm closing this now, and I want Achyut, Ananya, and Anantika to join in the new window. Shall we do that?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. You can leave and you can join the new window.